Hi Sachin, how are you?
Hi Rakesh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So many congratulations to you for getting a job,
Thank you.
in one of the MNC company. So how do you feel about
Thank
it?
you.
Yeah.
Feeling relieved and feeling happy. So actually, since 2 months I was giving interview and like I gave like few in MNCs and in like just mid-scale companies. And yeah, after that, after like giving 5 6 of interviews and 5 6 interviews in companies, so I got selected in one of the MNC.
That's great news. So how many years of experience you have?
So actually, my like profile, it was not into IT in since like overall experience it is 6.5 years.
Hmm.
However, since last 3 years, I have been working in software testing.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you have switched from non-IT to IT.
yes.
That's great news. So how did you switch from non-IT to IT? Let us start from that then.
Okay. So I feel like I was lucky enough to get the switch in the present in the company which I was working with. So from the previous role, I was like I wanted something more challenging, something more better than what I was doing there. So I asked the management, and luckily I got into software testing, and I started with manual testing, and then I continued to automation testing. And then after that, after 2 years there, I switched to another company, and yeah, total. So that's how I have like 3 years of experience.
Great, great. So from non-IT to IT and that too in the testing. And you started with
Yes,
manual testing and then to the automation. So you are actually getting the things in your life which are actually into the wish list for many of them, right?
yes,
That
yes, yes.
this should have happened, this should have happened, but it's good to see that you have achieved all these things in your life, right? So how did you crack this interview during this recession time?
Yeah. So one thing I would say that like I gave like about 6 to 7 interviews, I can say, like including all the rounds and everything. So it was a bit difficult with the like with the MNCs and or with the startup, I can say. So they were checking the confidence, but once I was okay with the knowledge part. However, but during the time of during interview time, we panic and we make
Mm.
even if we know something that we are not able to tell. So that thing happens, and that puts a bad impact on the interviewer. So that thing, because of that, I was not selected into few MNCs. But
Mm.
after that, I worked on it, and I actually uh, practiced how to communicate and how to talk slowly and uh, give exactly what I'm thinking, give out what exactly I'm thinking, and that way I like cracked this one.
Great, great, wonderful. So how much hike did you receive? Can you tell in the terms of range? Yeah.
Okay, so it was below 5 actually,
Mm-hmm.
like my previous salary, below 5 CTC, and but now it is like about 150%.
Great, 150% of hike. So that's great news, right?
Yeah.
So would you like to tell the audience some of the very common topics that they should definitely study before going into the interview? Maybe for API testing, for Git, for Selenium, if you have those handy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have listed few questions.
You
So
have
can I share
questions?
my screen with
Yeah, yeah.
you?
You
Yeah.
can share questions and then we will also discuss the topics. Hmm.
Yeah, sure. So okay, I'll go with the start topics first.
Let's
That would be simpler.
okay, you want okay, fine. So let me share my screen.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, now is the screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
list down few of the topics that people should study first before giving the interviews. Hmm.
Sure. So basically, if the I'm considering that language is Java and tool is Selenium
Mm,
and TestNG, and if they are using Cucumber and Git. So like for this, I've like listed down few topics.
mm,
So in Java, like the JVM, JRE, JDK,
mm. Okay.
then basic packages, then data types,
Mm-hmm.
class, method.
Oops concept, you mean? Mm.
No, actually, sometimes they also ask what do you mean by method? You
Okay,
have to
okay.
explain that also.
Uh-huh.
So a class, method, then constructor,
Yes, constructor.
then access modifier. They won't ask directly, but
Mm,
they will ask like, I don't want to inherit a class. So what
mm,
should I use? So like that they will ask. These are the like basic questions.
mm,
Then static, final,
mm.
this, super,
Okay, this keyword, super keyword. Mm.
yes,
Yeah, they do ask these questions. Mm,
string, abstract, interface.
mm-hmm,
Then the OOPS concept, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism.
mm-hmm.
Then collections.
Right.
In collections, we should know like the basic structure. What are the interfaces and what are the classes in that?
Mm,
And if you like, no one can study all the each and every differences, but you should know the basic difference between all the interface inside the collections. So
mm-hmm,
like, what is the difference between list and set, and where have you used it in your project, or have you used map in your project, like that they will ask.
mm.
So coming to Selenium,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the versions of Selenium 3 and 4,
Okay.
then locators, then exceptions,
Then,
then alerts,
mm-hmm.
then window handling, then frames, then wait and its types, then for scrolling you will use JavaScript. So they will ask like, if there is a web element at end of the page, so what will you
Mm,
do?
right.
Then yeah, then for mouse and keyboard we use actions class and
Mm,
robot class. That then radio button and this thing drop down.
mm. How will you handle those things in automation?
Yes,
Mm,
yes. We should know like a few of the methods in that.
mm-hmm,
Then cookies.
mm-hmm,
Cookies actually no one has asked, but yeah, we can cover. So in framework, I used Cucumber and TestNG. So the questions are like, what are the annotations, basic annotations
Mm.
in TestNG?
Okay.
Yeah. Then priority,
Mm-hmm.
then parameterization in TestNG, listeners, then parallel execution,
Mm-hmm.
then page object model. Then if we are doing Cucumber, then the feature file, you have to explain all the components of the
Mm.
Cucumber framework, which is
Feature
feature
file,
file,
step definition. Yeah.
yes, all
Mm-hmm.
those, test runner, hooks. And yeah, in API testing, actually, I don't have experience in API testing, but but I have studied, so I have put it in my resume.
Yeah, yeah.
So in API testing, what is variable? The responses,
Mm. The status codes they will ask.
yes. Then in rest assured,
Mm.
we mainly use a few imports.
Mm.
So that imports for equal to, like, we have ham crust, that
Mm.
like that. And yeah, the basic given when then get at body, you have to explain that.
Mm.
Then Pojo,
Mm-hmm.
authentication and authorization.
Mm-hmm.
Then what are the types in authentication in Postman, and yeah, in Postman and rest assured both.
Mm. Yeah. Postman and in rest assured types of authentication. Mm.
Yeah, they won't ask so much in that, but the basic questions. I mean, if we cover this all, everything will be covered.
Right.
Then in Git, they will ask like, how do you use Git,
Mm.
and how do you pull a file and push a file,
Mm.
that things. Then if you have a Git conflict, how will you proceed?
Mm.
Yeah, that's all. Like,
That's it.
yeah, manual testing, manual
Mm-hmm.
testing.
Yeah.
So manual testing mostly, like, common question is sanity testing and smoke testing
Mm.
difference.
Mm.
And what we should study, like white box, black box, gray box testing.
Mm.
then functional, non-functional, then unit integration and system testing, then in system testing we have monkey testing, end-to-end testing, then smoke, sanity, happy path, then usability and compatibility,
Mhm.
boundary value analysis,
Mhm. Okay.
equivalence partition.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, most of the things are covered in this only.
Okay.
For like
Mhm.
coding part.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Coding is also. Yeah. Let me share it again. Yeah.
so in coding, mostly they will go for strings.
Strings.
Yes. Like if we have a string called s, which has all the numbers in it, and
Mm.
with uh, in between there is comma. So how will you take output should be which is the largest number in that. So we'll have to split it, then we'll have to convert it to integer.
Mm.
So and then after that, we'll have to find the biggest number.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, they will ask. So they will try to ask a question where two, three things are covered in that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So they'll come to
Then
know within one program only. Mm.
yes, yes, yes. So strings and integers, and if that depends on like how much you are comfortable in, how much you rate yourself in Java.
Mm.
So that depends. Then integers, then arrays. Yeah, that's it.
That's right. So how did you come to know about this vacancy? Did you come to know from Naukri.com or did you get this information from LinkedIn?
Yeah, actually, I had a reference like my friend of mine. Then after that, I also contacted through LinkedIn. I applied through LinkedIn also.
Mm-hmm.
So in both way, I didn't want to miss the chance, so I
Mm-hmm.
applied in both from both way. Otherwise, I was applying through Naukri and LinkedIn also. Both time I
Okay.
was active there. Yeah.
Okay. So in Naukri, are you using any paid services or what are the types of responses? Are you getting any positive responses from Naukri.com?
No, no, no. I'm not using any paid service there. Neither in LinkedIn. But yeah, there is a time like we get continuous calls about say about a week. We'll get continuous calls, and after that, calls will be reduced. And even after updating every day and like as per the algorithm which everyone knows, so even after doing that, will calls will be reduced. So
Okay.
uh, maybe we have to deactivate and reactivate it again. After that we get calls.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how do you search jobs on LinkedIn?
So LinkedIn's if you are aware of the company, you directly go on the company page and you look at the job section there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you just search your requirement, whichever job profile you're searching and location, just like in Naukri. So like that you'll find in LinkedIn also.
Correct, correct. Yeah. So you can go to the company careers page. Also, there is a jobs related tab available, on which if you can
Yes,
click, you will come to know about all the job openings. Then you can
correct,
create some default keywords, right?
correct,
It's a
correct.
good thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
So would you like to share some interview questions that you have got as you have
yeah.
appeared
Yeah,
in these companies? Yeah.
sure, sure, sure. Share my screen.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
So, like all the company, they'll start with what are your roles and responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So, in roles and responsibility, what uh, I felt that uh,
Mm-hmm.
you have to explain, you have to give as much detail as possible. Because if you just even they know what tester job is, but if you give all the details in the roles and responsibility part, they will be a bit you'll see the satisfaction on their face. So that is the common question, roles and responsibility. And again, then frameworks is a common question.
Correct, correct.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mm-hmm.
So I've jotted down few questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, roles, then XPath, where how you used it, or they will give us they'll give ask you to share a page, and mostly they will go to flipkart.com and they will ask for to locate a XPath of the web element and write the XPath of that. And if you're saying framework, then explain all the components they will ask.
Okay.
And yeah, can we use tags in scenario outline in
Mm.
Cucumber?
Okay. Then this is the string program. Then boundary value
Yeah, yeah.
testing, equivalence partitioning. These are the examples you got. Questions.
Yes.
Then automation was done in sprint or after the sprint. Okay. So this is about your day to day. Then during production, there
Yes.
is defect. What you will do? Don't want to inherit the class. Don't. Okay. So final. Okay. Try
Yes.
without catch, multiple cache, throws, element not found condition. Great, great. So good list of questions you have. Get conflict related questions. Hmm. Right. List all
So
web
here
elements.
the exceptions
Yeah.
and exceptions what all you faced, and they'll sometimes they will definitely most of the times they will ask what all you faced and how you resolved it.
How you
And
resolve it. Hmm.
yeah, and here it was what was the difference between this IO exception and null pointer exception.
Correct.
Yeah, few scenario based questions.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I just wrote scenario based question, but I didn't
Mm.
write that in detail.
No worries. No
Then
worries. If you are
yeah,
able to recall one or two question, you can let us know now. Otherwise, later on also, if you can email, that is also fine.
yeah. Then parallel execution in Cucumber.
Mm-hmm. Then
Then how
list
will you?
all the web elements from the page. Okay. List all the text boxes. Okay. So they gave you some real HTML live website and they asked you to list all the web elements from that page.
The without giving the page.
Okay.
So how will you list down? Yeah,
Direct question. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
and list all the text boxes.
Mm-hmm. Then Cucumber framework related question. Then how many test scenarios are done in an year? Okay. So real, how much do you execute? How much do you create the scripts? If you have customer laptop, then what all you will install to start working as an automation tester? Okay.
Yes, this was one bit different question.
Mm,
They were expecting like what all softwares you will install.
mm,
You'll install Java, you'll install Eclipse IDE, then in Eclipse, what all the plugins and
mm,
how will you proceed the TestNG, everything you have to
mm,
explain.
mm.
So yeah, switching between
Then,
windows and frames.
okay. Then again, data types. Then string is immutable or not. Then if yes, then why? Which collection
Yes.
is used by you? An example. How TestNG is different from JUnit, weights, mouse, and keyboard actions. Okay. then code to click on select button and how you will confirm if it is selected, oops concepts with examples. Okay, then syntax of XPath. When we don't find web element, what is the exception? Okay, how to handle collections. Okay, this you mentioned difference between list and set. Got it. Hmm.
Yes.
Git functions, then git push pull merge constructor, overloading overriding, main method overloading and overriding possible or not, arrays,
Yes. Yes.
right, framework and TestNG. Okay, okay, great.
This
So
was,
good.
I guess,
Hmm.
uh, I mean, the coding part.
Mm-hmm. So can you share this document after this call in an email with
Sure, sure,
us? Yeah,
sure,
so
sure,
that
sure.
would be great.
I'll also share the few scenario-based question which I have not written here,
No worries, no
and
worries.
which were also asked in my present company.
Okay,
So I'll also share that also, and I'll also share this also.
great, great. Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can stop sharing the screen, Sachin.
sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So Sachin, now
Thank you.
you see the situation of the market. The calls are not as more in number as they were used to be prior to COVID pandemic. Even during COVID, also calls were there. So, what is the advice? What is the suggestion that you would like to give to the people, to the QA community out there who are looking for jobs these days?
Okay, so what I faced, I'll try to suggest that thing, and if someone is facing that, I'll suggest that they be patient, and once you're giving interview, be confident. Confidence is the key. I mean, I used to listen this thing and this sentence, but just
Mm,
listening this again and again by all the people, and you don't feel the importance of that this sentence. But once you just give one interview differently, you are giving the same answers, but if you are giving with confidence, so you'll feel the difference. The interview will also ask few better questions.
mm,
He'll also be enjoying the interview. You'll see it in the interview itself.
mm,
So that thing, and yes, practice. You just have to practice.
mm, mm, mm,
Be in touch with the studies. Don't take it for granted. Practice coding every day, and revise every day. Make notes. Definitely, everyone has made their notes. Just go through. So once at the beginning of the day, end of the day, just go through your notes, and yeah, that's it.
okay, great, great. So that's a good thing, Sachin. Um, and you said it very rightly. Confidence matters a lot during interviews. Sometimes, even if the answers are wrong, but if you're confident, then you might convince the
Yes,
interviewer in selecting your profile.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. And even if you don't know, just I mean, if you're confident and you say just I don't know, can we skip to the next question?
Mm,
So even the interview is, it will go in right direction. So you
absolutely.
have to be confident, and yeah, and obviously if you are having time, then uh, take new learning. If you think that you are perfect in Selenium or you're perfect in Core Java, then go to API, then go for some other tools. Just keep
Mm,
building your resume.
true.
And of course,
Mm,
I would say take time, and take time to look interview the channel, your channel ID automation. It
mhm,
helps a lot. You have to take time, just half an hour or 1 hour. That is, you make sure you do watch it every day. That will feel, and do one thing. Uh, when you ask a question, pause the
mm,
video, give
mm,
the answer yourself. You will feel the difference, what answer should be given or where you are lacking. You'll know
mm,
the difference. So
true.
this thing helps a lot.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So thank you so much, Sachin, for sharing your interview experience and wish you all the best for your career ahead. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah. Thank
Thank
you.
you, and thank you for giving opportunity to share my experience. And yes, as I say, yeah, this channel has helped me a lot.
Uh-huh.
I used to go through all the interviews every day, and it helps a lot.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
thank you, Raj.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.